this is the reading for Sagittarius, and I would like to start off by apologizing for missing your readings last month. I was not in the right place to do them, but I am better now. And also, I'm bringing attention to it now, but yeah, sorry for the band-aid. I know that can be a kind of distraction, but I kind of ripped my nail a little bit and it started bleeding, so I need this. So we will start off with tea leaf. We will move into pocket animal spirit. Then we have spirit song tarot. I will possibly clarify with the enchanted world tarot. And then we have mystical healing reading cards. And then, as always, charms. I will be reading the booklet for animal spirit and mystical healing reading cards. I sometimes feel called to do that, and this time around I did. So we shall see what we get there. Often with these, like, to get where there's like kind of a natural fissure in the cards where it splits. Alright, we have here month of the year. We have October. So that, of course, could be of next year. It could also be that something significant happened within October this year. We have vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. Excuse me. We have marriage. If you've been following along with all of the readings, literally love and marriage are the cards that have come out, which keeps reminding me of that song. Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage, which interesting symbol there too. Perhaps there's going to be a lot of movement within people's hearts in this next time period. Alright, we have staff. You will be taken care of in difficult times, so not to fret about this vulture card here, or like whatever it, worry that someone is against you, not to fret about that. You'll be taken care of. It's gonna be okay. But what I meant with perhaps on a scale, like in the scale of the world, like a lot of hearts are opening up. I just wanted to get a little more precise, clear on that. Okay, vase, secret admirer. Fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Quill, get back to the basics. Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. Crown, honor and respect will come to you. Crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. Okay. Now we did already get dolphin and vulture, so those could be significant animals. If you see these animals or any of the ones that come out throughout this reading often, there might be a message there for you that Spirit's trying to convey. So look into that, like animal symbolism. online, there's wonderful resources. I do have some, and if you go into my playlist section, I have shorts that are on both animal symbolisms, but also just symbolisms in general. There's 2 separate sections, but mine's, you know, very short, little tidbit of information that I felt called to share. But you definitely can find a lot more online. But if you feel called to it all, go ahead and look at that. I do sometimes, like, during a read, feel called to a certain animal that I end up putting up there. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Sag, please. What do these lovely Sagittarians need to know? For their highest good. Okay, so we have a bat, we have cheetah, and we have horse. Alright, and we will go ahead and read these. Okay. So, and this is an air sign, or the air element, this is the fire element, and this is the earth element here. Okay, I crossed vulture. I'm gonna read it. Okay, vulture, guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. The vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. The vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. Now, that could be like an external situation, but also it could be just within. Like, you could be worrying, you know, just skeptical, and always trust your intuition. I'm not saying to go against that, but sometimes, like, we can create, you know, there is like delusion or paranoia, and I'm not saying that you are, or that like, again, always follow your intuition, but just that sometimes we create this out of different emotions. So it's very important to really go within to look at that. And we did get, it seems like there just could be a trust thing here, because we did get, you'll be taken care of in difficult times. Get back to basics. I'm feeling like this is very much so. And with Quill, you know, that can be about journaling or writing. So, like, I think you're gonna get in tune with yourself to really look at where those feelings are coming from and go from there. And again, always trust your intuition, but I think it'll help you to break down some of those feelings and see if there's something else there that is going on that's like causing you to feel that way. Remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or a tragedy is a blessing in disguise. So it could even just be like how you're processing something, or some external factor that's gone on. When in balance, clarifies, reveals wisdom. When out of balance, dramatic, aggressive. To bring into balance, clean your space, sage. Okay, there's that. Bat, darkness, letting go, death leading to rebirth. Before emerging, the bat waits for the sun to set and the moon to rise. In the darkness, it can see all that was invisible in the daylight hours. The bat is a master of the subtle senses, of the underlying forces that cause some things to prosper and others to fade. The bat card shows up to signify the ending of a chapter, the closing of a door. The bat comes swiftly, encouraging us to move on. In just a few hours, a new day dawns. No more lingering in the past. When in balance, accepts, adapts, adjusts. When out of balance, refuses to let go, reminisces. To bring into balance, watch the sunrise. Also breath work. I'm getting breath work with that to bring into balance. I flipped a vulture again. We don't even need to go that way. We need to go over here. Okay. Okay, cheetah. Solar force, action, achievement, masculine energy. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't, I just got goosebumps. Interesting. I've had them for kind of a second, but they feel very unusual. Okay, they're gone. Okay, I'm getting gut. Breathwork and gut health. Perhaps focusing on your solar plexus. And the vagus nerve. Trying to help loosen your vagus nerve a little bit. Yeah, I think everything kind of comes back to the vagus nerve. Also, the, what is it called? It actually has something to do with Sagittarius. It's a body, I'll put it in. But also the, something about the sacrum, not, it's actually, I mean, perhaps this will still help with that, but I'm getting, rather than like the chakra, it's more so kind of like, kind of stretching that area. I just am getting like a pop, a releasing pop in that area. It could be chakra work even, but and I want to note it's not forced, but there's like a moment of like stretching, or maybe it's in breath work that it like pops and it releases and feels really nice. Okay. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar forces at work. The sun doesn't shine onto the cheetah. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. This feels very Sagittarius. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When in balance, achieves anything, boundless energy. Very much so Sagittarius. When out of balance, impatient, competitive. To bring into balance, reconnect to purpose. And lastly, we have horse here. Horse, momentum, freedom, expansive energy and force. Also very Sagittarius. I mean, I guess it is known with Sag, with the centaur. The horse represents the most masterful form of earth energy within the deck. It provides us with momentum so reliable, so supportive, that you can ride on its back toward any goal, no matter how difficult the terrain. A horse personality is fully awakened, fully alive, and cannot be defeated. The horse freedom becomes available to us when we hone and collect our energy through daily practice. Physical stamina, exercise, and mental focus, meditation, are the secret weapons behind the horse's legacy. When in balance, achieves anything, never gives up. When out of balance, runs away, feels weak. To bring into balance, strength, training. Okay, let's go ahead and get your tarot here. I'm feeling kind of melancholy, so perhaps that's something you've been feeling. We could see depression, anxiety, or that someone is against you. Perhaps somebody's been talking behind your back, and it's like, I don't think it's like fully like takes over your mind, but there is like an underlying tone of just like it's kind of like Eeyore energy from Winnie the Pooh. Alright, spirit guides and angels. Messages for Sagittarius, please. What does Sagittarius need to see for their highest good? I'm going to just do that. Messages for Sagittarius. Sorry, it's a lot more difficult doing this with the band-aid on. Spirit guides. Okay. And angels, messages for Sagittarius. Okay. I want to note that I truly felt called to flip that there. It's like things aren't, my band-aid's definitely kind of in the way. I've never tried to do a reading with a band-aid before. It truly does affect it, but I do think everything unfolds as it's meant to. So we have here 10 of crystals, stability, attainment over this 7 of acorns, determination and stamina. So it's like, keep going, keep working on things, recognize your abundance, and your dedication will take you very far. Just keep going. That's what I'm getting. We have the 3 of shells, which is equivalent to the 3 of cups. It says here playfulness, bliss, but I think it's also just now this is your challenge, and I actually got in your meditation as well that I think perhaps I got looking at what is blocking you from joy. Are there things you've drawn the blinds on? And I don't know why, but I got the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and with that I got bringing joy to others brings you joy. However, sometimes it's a form of escapism, so that you don't have to look within. So I think that is what this is kind of surveying to there. Like, I think sometimes you use it's like sometimes you welcome, how do I say it? You want to bring other people joy, and that makes you happy, so it's like that's something that you aim to do because it does bring you happiness, which is beautiful. However, if you're doing it so much so that you don't take time to go within and time to yourself at all, then you're putting the blinds on something. You might be it might be a form of escapism. So I think that's why this fell here in the challenge position. And this might be something that you look at, something that you try to bring into balance. Taking time to be playful, have fun with others, do that thing because it does bring you joy, and I think it's beautiful. And it's genuine too. Like, you genuinely love making other people smile and laugh and happy. And don't ever change that. That's beautiful. But just make sure to balance that with some time with yourself, to get to know yourself, and also to focus on your responsibilities. We have here 10 of Acorns, which is equivalent to the 10 of Wands. It says here responsibility and dedication. And I see you're very determined. You have that fire within you. You are Sagittarius. You are a masterful fireworker, as we read with cheetah or horse, both of them really. But I do kind of see, I don't know this for sure, I haven't studied into this enough, but I do always kind of feel like Sag is the more earthly fire sign. I think there is a connection with like that, with like the mutables, the cardinals, the mutables, and the fixed signs, but I can't really say for sure how it works. But I always feel kind of an earthly energy connected with Sag. They're not always grounded, but like there's more grounding than say like Aries, which is a cardinal sign, and can get like, I think they struggle a little bit more with like, and this isn't always necessarily true, of course. There's different components that go into a birth chart and affect people differently, but just basing it just on Aries and them being a cardinal, there's more ease with beginning things, with that like initial spark, that heat, but there's less like dedication, there's less of that like stabilizing factor of earth energy, and I do feel like Sag has that more naturally, like they're, yeah. But again, so many factors come into play with that for each individual, and also just different phases in one's life, and just so many factors. So I just say that speaking on a very surface level, because there's so much more depth when you get into it. But I see that you have this within you so much, that you're a very dedicated person. You might not feel like that. I think perhaps sometimes you don't see how capable you are in that way. Like, you don't always feel like you have that like ability for stability, and you definitely do. but you do have a need for like focusing on it by balancing things out. But trust that you are very, very capable of it, of attaining it in a way, because you already have it within you, but you're going to attain it in a way that is very beneficial for you and leads you to the Ace of Shells, which is the Ace of Cups, which is about like self-fulfillment, happiness, abundance, recognizing that abundance, recognizing that you already have that lit within you. It's just a matter of really stoking those embers into a fire by practice. Alright, so this felt very clear that this is about just really dedicating yourself, coming into balance with whatever it is that you want to attain. Of course, everybody that's watching is going to have a unique thing with that. Like, I definitely see love as a part of this. So some of you, it's about like commitment into marriage. For some of you, it is about commitment to yourself in some way, like doing things that are healing for you, or like just inner work, spiritual work, getting back to the basics. Some of you, this is about career path. We do see a lot of crystals and wands, or pentacles and wands, so that can very much so be in the work field. But I mean, it looks like you've already dedicated a lot to something, and you're going to see the fruits of that labor coming through as well. So perhaps that's why you feel this way too. It's like you haven't felt like you've been rewarded for your hard work, so you're just kind of getting to that place of being like, man, I try and it doesn't happen. And so then you start to like doubt or like question, if you're capable of this, if it's something to do with you. And I want to say here right now, it's not. Like, yes, you could still practice more. I think everybody always can, but there is like definitely a message here of balancing work and play, and it's more so about, because I think you are a hard worker, and I think that you're a wonderful friend, but I think it's more about like going deeper within to like recognize like where's your intent within that, like, are you at a place right now in that moment, and look at this, like questioning this each moment that it arises. Like, are you stepping into work with the intent of being dedicated, or are you feeling kind of like you need to do some self-care, get yourself into a better place first? Are you stepping into hanging out with your friends with the intent of, really it being something that is like of self-care and not a form stepping into it with a subtle layer of escapism, that you're just like wanting to procrastinate in some other area. So I think you're going to think about that whenever you go whichever way you go. You're looking at intention is a huge thing. But let's go ahead and get your mystical healing reading card here. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Sagittarius, please. What do the Sagittarius need to see for their highest good? is quite a bit there. But we will take them all. Okay. You have support. I think that's kind of like you'll be taken care of in difficult times. Know you're supported through this. Secret admirer, like if you are dealing with somebody who's like working against you, there's somebody that's like there to support you. If it's perhaps somebody at work or something like that, there could be, you know, somebody who really values your opinion and sees what's going on and wants to support you. But also it can be about love. We do have marriage there. Everybody's gonna be a little bit different. But no, in that situation, honor and respect will come to you. You're handling this, like, karma will play out, and I think so long as you act honorable, honor and respect will come to you, even if it like hasn't come just yet. We have learn from karma. Well, there we go. I think that's kind of like more so about like learning about karma, trusting karma, knowing that it's not always like fast action, instant karma, like trusting that things will work out and unfold as they're meant to. But yeah, we will read into that. Experience rebirth. And that's interesting with that as well. Develop stronger connection. That could be with yourself, like going within, understanding yourself more. But it could also be with the Three of Cups here in the challenge position. You know, that could also be that perhaps you don't get to a certain, like, with the bonds you make, there's like a holding back, and perhaps you're gonna go deeper with some friends. Alright, and then take positive action. And I want to note here we have 36, 18, 32, 12, and 8. Okay. You have support 36. Alright. You are receiving more help from the heavenly hosts than you can imagine. Your role is to assist the higher beings to help you by consciously participating in your own inner development. From the moment you wake up till the time you enter sleep, you are either strengthening your ability to receive assistance and regeneration from the higher beings or weakening it. The way to allow more enlivening support to enter into your life is to start the day with a powerful meditative practice, which connects you to the spirit. Focus on seeing the beauty around you and offer help to those who are open to it. Consume organic food and drink. Listen to your inner cycles and make... That's interesting with this card here. Listen to your inner circles and make decisions that honor them. Spend time away from technology. Whenever you can, go into nature and meditate on the spiritual wisdoms concealed in it. Be kind to yourself. Listen to music that heals and calms your soul. Start learning about the laws of karma and higher worlds. Give yourself time for any type of artistic, creative endeavors. As you start to live more in harmony with yourself, you will find that support flows to you from every area of life. I want to note that I did also get about animal rehabilitations. Like perhaps you're going to do, or you already do, animal rehabilitating, or you might go to an animal rehabilitation center. That might be something that helps you. That's very specific. That's obviously not going to be for everybody. And then I got the song White Winged Dove. I'm just going to go ahead and read the rest here because it does feel connected for you. I also saw a vacuum, which I felt was about absorbing people's problems. And then I saw a chair, which was, I felt for you, a need for stability. And then I saw hands coming together, like community, and chick. Oh, I also want to note, horse is here twice. That looks like an otter, an alligator, dolphins, which dolphin is here twice. A zebra and a turtle. So dolphins and horses are especially here. Okay, in action. Write down in what areas of life you need extra support. Then next to this, write down what you can do to support yourself more. Make time to do things that will make you grow. Kindly share with others what would be helpful to you. Whenever possible, also offer kindness and assistance to others. Before going to sleep, reflect on your day and acknowledge the areas where you have been assisted and the areas of service where you can do better. And I actually will advise going to bed, it would be fine to reflect on like the good that's come to you, how you've been assisted, and positive things, perhaps like positive ways it helped others. But to think about things that you could do better, areas you could do better in, or just maybe all of this do earlier rather than right before bed, maybe after dinner, in the evening at some point or what have you, because you don't want it to set a tone before you go to sleep. And you probably don't want it to set a tone for your day if it's like, if you're looking at things, which isn't negative, but like, areas, well, no, that'd be fine in the morning, but I guess it depends on how you feel with that. Like, I just know for a worry journal, it's better to do that in the evening. It's not in the morning where you're going to be fretting about it all day. It's not before bed where you're going to be sleeping, like it affecting your ability to go to sleep. But it also will just bring you peace throughout the night, to then when you do go to bed, you'll already be in the feeling like things have been thought about and handled, and that you can then go to sleep in peace. But yeah, okay, so learn from karma. We have number 18 here. It's time to balance the scales. Your current experience is a culmination of karma you have accrued through several lives. Each of these lives has offered you an opportunity to learn, discover, make choices, create connections, and either evolve or devolve. You are going through a time where you are being asked to compensate for an earlier deed from this or previous lifetimes. You can either complain about it and act like a victim, or embrace the opportunity to use this experience for great inner progress, whilst taking steps towards becoming a more honorable, honest, generous, compassionate, giving person. This is a time to go out of your way to do good deeds for others, no matter how inconvenient. I gotta say, I don't love that way they phrase that here. How it says no matter how inconvenient. Like, I mean, perhaps, but definitely, like, it's good to go out of your way when you can, when you have the reserves to do so, but never, you still need boundaries, and you still need to make sure that you're at a place where you're able to extend yourself to that degree. So it just feels extreme the way that it's written there. Alright, your family members are karmically connected to you, so you might look at what lessons they are teaching you and what healing you can offer them. This card also provides an opportunity to live in total honesty and integrity. This will require you to constantly check in with yourself and assess whether your actions are based on what you can gain or what you can give. I think we looked at that a lot here in this reading, that That's something you'll be doing. Your intention as you go into things and where it lies. And alright, action. Every night before you go to sleep and every morning before getting out of bed, take some time to connect within. Ask some powerful questions. What are the most important lessons I have come here to learn? How would things change if instead of fighting my challenges, I could truly embrace my karma and understand that it is my opportunity to balance my debts and grow? Take some time to reflect on repetitive situations in your life. This is an opportunity to go deeper. Then ask, if money was not an issue and I was to allow myself to truly evolve, where would I be right now? What would I do? Who would I do it with? Alright, and then we have 12. Take positive action. Oh my gosh. That's 32. That's not 12, that's 32. We do have 12, so that's funny. You know what? We are going to read this one first. That's the order I read them, isn't it? Okay, experience rebirth 12. You are embracing on a time of great inner transformation. The next few months offer an opportunity for you to review your life in detail. You need to delve deeper than ever before into your inner world. You are being asked to choose a new path that takes into consideration your sensitivity. This path is slower and requires the true inner growth that your soul is yearning for. Don't be surprised if many old notions that you have created of yourself based on how your family has perceived you discharge from your life. If you resist, the process will become more painful. If you embrace it and are willing to be entirely honest, then you will awaken determination and faculties within yourself that you never knew existed. This card does not signal outer success in being accepted by others. It speaks of developing an inner practice of self-acceptance and understanding your life's plan, which I will say in turn affects, within does affect the without. Within affects the internal and affects the internal for sure. But not to think that way. I should state that. I think it's good to note that, but not to focus on that. Just focus on, doing it for the sake of your well-being, for your spirit. Alright, action. You are being asked to meditate on who you are right now and who you will become if you slow down and take the time to learn from, understand, digest, and transform the old. You need time to meditate, contemplate, and discern which belief patterns you need to let go of, and the new higher wisdom you are ready to embrace. Whilst material challenges are always asking for your attention, it's important that you take enough time at this point to focus on your soul and spirit rather than on the material success. Alright, we have 8. Develop stronger concentration. Become more detailed and effective in all you do. Acute concentration enables you to think in a cohesive, harmonious way. By learning to deepen your concentration, you'll be able to delve into a more profound understanding of life, make better decisions, and effectively work with life-changing, healing, and spiritual processes. As long as your attention is dispersed on the outside world, you are not refining your inner self. Correct concentration removes nervousness and fear and helps you to focus your intention on what enriches and enlivens you. Wow, we definitely read that. For one with vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you, and how, that can also be something we're kind of weighing on ourselves, but also we read enlivens. Improving your ability to concentrate also awakens your imagination and ability to visualize, and is a powerful step to developing your intuition. The more you concentrate, the more you start to identify the small details that make all the differences in every area of your life. Excellent concentration also allows you to become extraordinary in any field of study and to dramatically improve your memory. Alright, action. Go for a 15-minute walk. Be present and observe everything you see. Focus on even the smallest details, then try to recall what you saw with as much description as possible. You can also do concentration exercises throughout your workday. Become aware of people you work with. Really look at what they are wearing, what they are saying, how they talk and walk, etc. Then close your eyes and recall what you noticed. In particular, remember people's names and what they shared with you. Okay, there is also a meditation for focus meditations. There's different ones, so look into that. But there's also specifically one that it's a flame meditation, and I always have done that one, but instead of it being a flame, because it can actually for long periods be damaging for your eyes. So find an object and focus on that rather, and that can actually really help to always just bring your focus back to that object. Alright, take positive action. 32. Stop procrastinating and delaying what needs to be done. If you take steps forward now, you will create potent momentum, where many new possibilities you haven't yet considered will show up. If you hold back, you will open the doors to old, fearful habits, which will make you doubt what you are doing. Your will is the most underdeveloped aspect of you and requires conscious effort from you in order to progress. This action may require you to study something you have tried to avoid or have been holding off on completing. That's interesting. That's come up twice now about studying something. You may need to pay attention to your emotional, mental, or physical health and make time to see an appropriate practitioner or commit to a powerful detox protocol. You may have been putting off doing paperwork and taking responsibility for your finances or making important changes in your business, which is costing you time and money. Or your action could be to help someone who is in need, whether it is a homeless person, someone who is unwell, or someone who is lonely and needs company. The most important thing is to stop putting things off, things that need urgent attention, and engage your will. Action. Take a pen and paper and courageously write down in what area of your life you need to take urgent, massive action. Place your hands on your sacral chakra, interesting, and imagine yourself taking steps towards change. Then take immediate action. So perhaps that's what you do when there's like a pop or a release. Perhaps this is something specific you really should do. Put your hands on your sacral chakra and imagine yourself taking steps towards change. Interesting. Okay, go ahead and get your charms here. I might use this hand because you know, I saw this fall and I think that it really was for you. It's about clarity. We have here a little bear, but it's like an ice cream sandwich at the same time. Here you can see the little bear. Sorry, it's hard to... Here, I'll hold it like this. There's the little bear, but as you can see, it's like an ice cream sandwich. Okay, so you know, it being an ice cream sandwich, that's like a little treat, but balancing it, because okay, so we have the sweet ice cream, balance between support things like bread I guess it's not bread, like cookie or whatever. It's an ice cream sandwich, but also bear is about rest, so balancing rest and all of that, getting good sleep, or also just rest in general, and just time in silence, like thinking things over, doing some like deep care, self-care. We are in the back here. We have here the rose, just reminding me of that marriage card. So some of you, this is definitely about like a commitment and love. We have a key with a heart on it. So yeah, you might be unlocking a new chapter within love. Perhaps some of you have been thinking about asking somebody to go into the next level within a relationship, whether that be, you know, a proposal, or like moving in, or just some further commitment, or even just asking somebody out. Perhaps you're the secret admirer here, but also that could be about them being a secret admirer and them opening up, you know. We had to get a lot about taking action though, so it makes me feel like perhaps you're the one that unlocks this. And we have a peacock here. So don't be afraid to peacock yourself. Don't be afraid to, you know, ask this person out or to take the next step with them. Beautiful. Alright, well, we will leave this here. I thank you so much for the likes, the comments, the subscribes. They truly help get these messages out for all of those who are meant to hear the little bits within the readings, because they are general readings, so you know, there's going to be different things that resonate for different people, and it's very important that these messages, you know, find their way, which, you know, I thank you so much for helping, you know, make that a possibility. And I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me on your journey as well. But I want to say, of course, like, thank you too for being here, for, you know, receiving the messages you're meant to receive. But yes, until next time, lovely folk.